Hello guys and welcome back to WAG. It is me, Nene. We've got an interesting topic today, one that I've literally just come across, and it was posted by Donna Sakar on Discover on the 7th of December 2021, and the headline has got me. And I'm like, I've literally got to do a podcast on this today. So yeah, and the headline is, why are chimpanzees and gorillas suddenly going to war? Now, obviously, humans are like one of the primary species that go to war on this planet of ours. But there are other living organisms that also go to war. We have ants that go to war with different colonies. We have I read somewhere that there was, it's known for, I think, certain type of shrimp or lobsters to go to war. Like you would see there's different types of lobsters, and they would go to war. They would battle under the under the waves, and you know, there's loads of species on this planet go to war, but this one's got me, and it is literally, the headline is literally, why are chimpanzees and gorillas suddenly going to war? And it's got a subtitle: an interspecies primate war may be unfolding before our eyes. And it's just got me, and I was like, wow, okay. But yeah, as I say, war is... How do you describe war? Is it when you get two colonies that battle, let's say you get red ants and black ants, is that a war or is that a battle? Because obviously a battle is just a battle between two tribes, whereas a war is like a full-scale, every man involved sort of thing. So let's go ahead and have a read. Okay, so... it's truly a wild time in the animal kingdom. Chimpanzees and gorillas have coexisted peacefully for many years, but in February of 2019, researchers were shocked to witness a vicious act of violence in Gabon's Longo National Park. The researchers from I'm going to try to say this one, Osnabrück University, and the Max Planck Institute of Evolutionary Anthropology, I got that one, in Germany, we're studying the behaviour of the chimpanzees in the national park when they observed more than 24 attack 5 unprovoked western lowland gorillas, 1 silverback, 3 adult females, and an infant. The near hour-long fight between the two groups cost the life of the infant gorilla, which was captured and beaten to death by the chimpanzees. Ooh, that's not nice. It was even more shocking than when the traumatizing event repeated itself in December of that year in the same park in Central Africa. This time 27 chimpanzees, wow, went up against 7 gorillas in a fight that lasted about 79 minutes and resulted in another helpless infant gorilla being killed. It's unclear whether the same chimpanzees were also involved in the first incident. Regardless, the question of what caused these ruthless attacks remains to get to the bottom of it. Let's take a look at the rich history of the relationship of these two species. Very interesting. So, yeah, it's quite quite the situation. Don't mind me while I just have a little sip of my coffee. So, an interspecies relationship gone sour. There's so much term. Oh my goodness. It's like I'm becoming dyslexic, you know. I used to be really good at reading, and since been doing these podcasts, I cannot do big words. There is so much terminology out there to classify gorillas and chimpanzees. Ape, primate, great ape, monkey. That things can get confusing. Let's keep it simple. Both gorillas and chimpanzees are primates. A biological order of species that includes humans. Gorillas are the largest living primates, but don't let that fool you. These animals have been nicknamed gentle giants and typically live and move in small groups. The silverback, an adult male gorilla, leads the pack. Western lowland gorillas, a subspecies, primarily occupy the tropical rainforests of Central Africa, including in Longo National Park. The adult males in this region weigh an average of 300 pounds, wow, and can stand up to 6 feet tall. The adult females weigh an average of 150 to 200 pounds and stand at 4.5 feet tall. Chimpanzees aren't much different. Like gorillas, they occupy much of the tropical jungles in Africa, including Longo, and feed on similar items such as plants, fruits, or insects. Chimps are typically between 3 to 5.5 feet tall when standing upright. Males can weigh up to 154 pounds, while females can weigh 110 pounds. However, unlike their peace-loving primate relatives, aggression and violence is inherent among chimpanzees. In fact, male chimpanzees are often known to attack one another over territorial disputes. Research has shown chimp-on-chimp violence to be fairly common, suggesting that chimpanzees are predisposed to murder. Wow. A likely explanation may be that new territory often means more food and resources that may be scarce in certain regions, yet most of the aggression chimpanzees demonstrate has been directed to their own kind. Given the commodities among chimpanzees and gorillas, the two primate species have been splitting territory, food and other resources peacefully for years, according to Simone Pica, a cognitive biologist at, I'm going to try and say it again, Osnabrück University. The two species have been regularly observing, interacting peacefully, and foraging trees and even playing with one another. However, the brutal attacks that took place in 2019 indicate that tension may be on the rise between the two groups. So yeah, things. Wow. It's quite intriguing, actually. I mean, like, where does all that? How can a chimpanzee? I mean, I get a fight. You know, if you're gonna fight over territory or food or, you know, whatever kind of resources, I get that. Okay, it's survival of the fittest in the wild. But to go as far as killing, you know, let's say a tribe, and let's be fair, primates are very, very intelligent. They know who and what they're dealing with. You know, it's one of them where you got to consider that some of the primates are sadistic. But let's delve a little deeper into it. Guerrilla warfare. They say sharing is caring, and many species in the animal kingdom abide by that rule. But what happens when livelihood is threatened? According to a new study conducted by the researchers who observed the violent encounters, competition over limited resources may have been a driving factor. With climate change on the rise and a decrease in fruit availability in Longo, the instinct observed in chimpanzees to fight over food and territory may have kicked in and incited the cruel acts. So it's basically just reiterating what I've just basically said there. Some animals will fight over certain things like food, territory, female dominant ship, whatever you want to call that. And obviously things look like they've been getting out of hand in this article. But let's read on. But why did the chimpanzees kill the infant gorillas? And will the violence continue? Well, that's quite interesting, because the infants surely wouldn't be posing a threat. It would probably be the adults that would. I'm just trying to see it from a chimpanzee's point of view. I'm trying to be a chimp here, okay? So I'm a chimp, okay, swinging around in trees with my little tribe. We see a bunch of gorillas. We think and communicate to ourselves, we're going to attack these motherfuckers, and we're going to take their land, and we're gonna, you know, eat their bananas, and yeah, just go on from there. Oh look, a kiddie gorilla. Let's smash his skull in. You know, it's wow. Okay. It's right. I'm just trying to get around it. Wow, that is something. That is something. Why do chimpanzees kill infant gorillas, and will the violence continue? These questions remain unanswered. We are only at the beginning to understand the effects of competition and interactions between the two species in Longo, Pika said in a press release. Regardless of the underlying reason, it is safe to say that we must keep a watchful eye, lest we have a full-blown interspecies primate war on our hands. And that is the end of the article. Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting to know that some chimpanzees are going above and beyond to basically smashing the gorilla's babies. It's quite sad, actually, quite sad. But yeah, wow, very, very heartfelt in some aspects as well, because obviously you got to feel for the gorillas. I mean, they're just trying to do what gorillas do, and then, but yeah, it's one of them. It's one of them. Ooh, I'm trying to picture why a chimpanzee would attack a gorilla. I mean, you look at a gorilla like a silverback and you think, wow, a gorilla is something that you don't really want to get on the wrong side of. And, you know, a small group of chimpanzees attacking a tribe of gorillas, it's wow. Okay, that is wow. Brave, I would say, very brave. You wouldn't see me and my mates going up against a tribe of gorillas. Not a chance. But yeah, I'm afraid that's all I've got time for today, guys. With today's episode podcast. But let me know what you guys think. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, wherever. And you know, you can chat to me wherever. Basically, there are means and ways. Okay, we live in this day and age where technology is a thing, and you can almost get hold of anybody about anything. So yeah, let me hear your voices. I like to hear from my, I guess I could say, listeners, fans, followers, subscribers. But yeah, as I say, I hope you've enjoyed this podcast. A little bit shorter than usual, but as I say, it was a topic that I'd literally just came across, and I was struggling to think of a topic for today, to be fair. So yeah, it was quite unique that I came across that one. But yeah, as I say, I will... Well, I won't see you. I do this every time. You will hear me. You will hear me on my podcasts and on my YouTube videos and on my TikToks and all the rest of it. But yes, thank you very much for listening, and I'll catch you next time. Take care, and ta-ta for now.